if the rain gods have started to speak. But I'll give it a shot. So my name is Aayush, and the only thing I'm going to talk about myself are these three numbers. I've been to 9 different schools, so I've traveled a lot. I've had 7 different versions, all versions of Amicus, from a blog to a $1 million startup. And then there is the number 42. Of course, we don't have enough time to talk about it, but do remind me to tell you about this. So, I'm following extremely creative people. I see world from a very technical perspective. Now, a lot of us really hate the word startups these days, right? So I wanted to do a sort of a mythbusters where I talk about my stories and the 7 lessons that I learned. So the first myth I want to talk about is we keep hearing that we need to keep our ideas secret, that don't tell anybody. Somebody might copy it, somebody might copy your technology, and we're not really encouraged to share. Now, when I was building Amicus with my team, one of the first things we realized was our initial idea sucked, right? And since then we've changed almost 9 times, and these doors really symbolize what happens when you talk to a person and tell them your idea. If you Google Amicus right now, all our investor decks are in fact public because people comment, they tell us about it, right? So we learn. The second myth that I want to talk about is people say that you need to build a team of people who believe in you, people who see the world the way you do. You need to have investors who believe in you, you need to have mentors who believe in you. And at the end of the day, what we are left with is this idea that people need to carry us, right? In our experience at Amicus, what we realized was we needed people who could create more opportunities by disagreeing with us, right? Because only when you have enough bad ideas, and wherever there is an ecosystem sort of, and here at Vihara, and we have an extremely interesting culture of different startups and different perspectives, and those are the kind of networks which really get you going. Now, the third myth I want to talk about is this idea that you need to move fast, right? That unless you're raising within the 3rd month of your idea, a seed round, then a series A, or then a series B, you're not good enough. Now, it's good to move fast, but great ideas germinate when you actually think about the problem, the consumer, and not who is going to give you the money, right? So if you're pitching to investors and you're pitching your idea and not learning, right, what you are doing is in no way improving your capability of solving the problem. Now, we also hear that we need to also, go out and seek advisors, right? We need to go out and have people give us perspectives and listen to ideas and listen to people tell us what to happen. But in our experience, whenever we set out to do something and we had to go and talk to a product advisor or a technical advisor, often the best ideas came from situations where we were completely unaware. So we were solving the problem of consumer complaints, but we realized that the best solutions are in fact in the insurance industry, and that's where the problem of getting funded comes in, right? This is one of the biggest myths, that you're not successful unless you've raised a lot of money, right? And you're often wondering that my sabzi wala gets sabzi at my house when I give him a call, and somebody who is doing it on an app is now worth $1 billion. What problem are they really solving? And this is one of our biggest learnings, which is error. And accepting that it's okay to fail. A startup works if you treat it like a lab, where people can come in and make mistakes and set up experiments about what they think will make money. And one of our biggest learnings was going ahead and accepting when something isn't working. Now, and I've seen a lot of design founders here, and a lot of you also come from a background where this new trend is about you need technology to solve problems, right? And you need to have an app, you need to have a website, you need somebody doing technology. But we know, and the way India has come about to be what it is not by a top-down approach where somebody builds the technology. A lot of our solutions are very indigenous. A lot of the solutions come from observing the nature around us. And at Amicus, when we went and talked to the people and not to the tech geeks, that's when we got answers. And then the final myth, right, that you need to build for scale. Unless it's $1 million problem or $1 billion problem, investors are not going to like you and you're not going to get funded. And unless you're solving a big problem, it's not good enough. And that's one of the biggest acceptances that we have set out to do at Amicus, which is to accept that if there is a problem worth solving for a small group of people, it is still worth solving. And just because you haven't done anything to make it $1 million business doesn't make you any less good enough. And that's where I talk about the 7 patterns of innovation, wherein you go out and these 7 myths sort of show us a direction that, one, you need to go out and accept the fact that there are bad ideas, and you need to talk to people about their problems and how you can fix that. Second, you need to be around people who are constantly challenging you, and you need to work at not pitching your solution but learning about the problem. And finally, you need to accept error and look for solutions in places where you cannot find it. And that's what I really believe is about. And an event like this today lets us open ourselves to new ideas and new people. I love stories, and if you want to get in touch with me, I'd love to talk to you. Thank you. Thank you very much.